Holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. Holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. Holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are whole. We are whole. We are whole.
Let us open in prayer. Divine Spirit, we come to you today in gratitude for the beautiful day outside, for one another. We are grateful for this time to just be and to take what we need from this moment, what we require, to just listen to the words and the music, and to fill our cup with gratitude, affirming that we live a life of abundance and love. We are grateful, Spirit, for one another. We are grateful for the technology that allows us to gather in hearts and spirits, even when we cannot physically be together. Thank you, loving Spirit, for the sunshine, the beautiful moon last night, for the folks here today, and for all of those who are listening in. We are grateful, we are loving, and we are kind. And so it is.
Please sing along with us at home, for it's in every one of us. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, you and I. It's in every one of us to be free. Find yourself, open your heart and see. We can all know everything without ever knowing how. It's in every one of us, here and now. It's in every one of us to be kind. Share your love, leave all your fears behind. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, you and I. It's in every one of us, you and I.
Thank you, guys. Want to welcome everyone who has joined us today. If you're watching this from home, the live stream, we are grateful that you are here and happy to share this time with you. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the folks that make this happen every week. We've got Krista Matheny, who takes care of all the tech. We've got Judy Palsmeier over here on the piano. And Phil Crowther and Melba today will be doing the special music, and we are grateful for their flexibility as we were planning to have Janet and Lisa Essen-Price with us today, but they were unable to make it. So thank you to Phil and Melba for filling in at the last minute. Reverend Valerie will be coming in on Zoom today with the message and meditation. She is not here in the sanctuary, so hello to Val, and we are missing your presence here. And we also want to say thank you to those of you just who have faithfully joined us every week and watching the service, and we feel that presence here today. I'm very grateful to be here and knowing that you guys are out there. So thank you to our community. I'm Leah Zellers. I'm the education director here, and I'll be doing the Daily Word today. So very thankful to be in this space. So let's take a moment. If you're here with us for the first time, if you're new to Unity, just know that we are a very open and loving spiritual community, and wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here in this space or this virtual space with us. So let's take a moment to greet people who may be here for the first time and to greet one another in the comments there on your live stream. And if you would, if you are one of our regular members who watches weekly, please take some time to share this live stream with your family and friends. Once you guys have gotten all your virtual hugs and greetings out, please join me with today's affirmation. In the quiet of my heart, I listen for the voice of Spirit. Let's say that together. In the quiet of my heart, I listen for the voice of Spirit. And now for our Lord's Prayer, which will be followed by a moment of silence as our oneness blessers send you virtual blessings.
Our Creator, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
And so it is. Thank you, Melba. And now for the reading of our daily word. Sunday, November 1st, 2020. Today's daily word is remember. The affirmation is, I bless the people whose lives have touched mine. Grandparents, parents, siblings, members of my extended family, teachers, friends, co-workers, every person I've known has, by his or her example, helped me feel more deeply what it means to be human. Some have encouraged my curiosity. Some have taught me life skills. Some have modeled positive attitudes and behaviors. Some have loved me fully or unselfishly. And some have helped me to learn to love even when loving felt difficult. Today, I remember the people whose lives have touched mine. I pause to think kindly of each one as I savor memories of time we spent, whether we're still in one another's lives, have lost touch, or are separated by physical death. I know the experiences we shared continue to enrich our lives and deeply bless us on our spiritual journeys. And from Romans 1:9, I remember you always in my prayers. Today's daily word, remember.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God.
And so now as we take a breath, and let go of what is no longer feeding us joy, calm. And taking another deep breath in. Connecting with that divine presence, allowing us this moment to be together as love. We just settle in and feel that energy moving in and through us from the top of our crown, allowing that light to shine through the darkness, expanding the ever radiating life and love. Healing our mind, our body, allowing our souls to soar like the eagles. We are free. We are free from all anxiety, all fear. We let go and let God. And we rest in the silence. And now we take a breath. We come back to this time, relaxed, refreshed, and rejuvenated with life, with wisdom, through love. And so it is. Namaste.
When you're down and troubled and you need need a helping hand, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. You got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud. Soon I will be knocking upon your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Yes, I will see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there with you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ain't it good to know that you got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you, or they take your soul if you let them. Oh yeah, don't let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Yes, I will. Oh, winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there with you. Yes, I will. You got a friend. You got a friend. Ain't it good to know? Ain't it good to know you got a friend? You got a friend.
Yay!
Thank you, guys. Give us just a couple minutes. We're getting Val set up on the screen here so you guys can see her streaming from quarantine. So you can take this opportunity to show your friends, family, and fellow community members, Unity members, a little extra love. So we're getting all set up, and we are looking forward to Val's message.
Hi. How are you? Can you guys hear me okay? I hope everyone on the other end can hear me okay. So yes, I am live streaming from home. I traveled to Texas last week and came home, and am quarantining until I get a COVID-19 test. Not that I'm ill or anything. I just want to be cautious and considerate of all those that I'm around on a daily basis. So here I am. And we have a friend. We've all got a friend. This is a wonderful opportunity that I look forward to every year. This is one of my favorite songs, You've Got a Friend by James Taylor. It's a classic song. And this series, the power of song, is real for many of us. It's real for me. I love music. And it really reminds me of life, that I do have someone I can rely on. It can be a person, it can be God. But there is always someone who has my back. No matter what the outer circumstances, I can go within for that gentle reassurance of love. And when I forget, all I have to do is call out. Call out to someone. And this year, you know, even right now, I'm at home, not really because of fear, but because I want to be conscious of that there is a virus in our world. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of darkness and loneliness. And yet, I know the truth that I am whole and healthy, and all those around me are whole and healthy. But sometimes we have to model what we teach. And that's what I'm doing today. To realize that we are all one. There is no real separation. Even though I'm at home and you guys are at church or in your own homes, we're all together as one. And yes, we have a lot of egos running in our own lives, in our families, in our political system, on both sides. And many of our agencies and organizations and companies, corporations are all founded in the spirit of unity and oneness, and yet egos tend to drive them. And that's not a bad thing. And yet, when we get caught up in the ego and the shadow, we don't let our light shine. And that's why we call out to that friend to remember to let our light shine. So who do you turn to in those moments of despair, fear, and anxiety? Those moments of darkness? A friend who helps you see the light, to keep your head and heart together, a friend to remind you that this too shall pass. You know, a lot of times I'll go within. And when I go within, there is a friend there for me. You know, that song, I don't know, I learned when I was a kid, you know, you have a friend in Jesus. That was always real for me. Jesus is my way shower. And so when I think of that, it makes my heart lighter. It leads me from that place of despair into the light. So whether your friend is human, a human angel, a messenger, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, or God, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that we call out and know that the call is answered because you've got a friend. When we call out, the door opens. You know, the Bible verse, ask, knock, and ask, and it's answered. Well, when we call out, we're asking. You know, when I teach Reiki, we call on our ancestors, our master teachers, our angels, archangels, and God to help us in our own healing and in the healing of others. In our prayers, we're calling out and affirming the good in our lives and in the lives of our loved ones. So we're calling on that friend. So when you're down and troubled and need that helping hand, close your eyes and call out. Call out from a distance. Listen to that still small voice of guidance and come into the light of love. I want to share a story about the songwriter of the next song and how she overcame the dark and cold north winds. It's a story behind the award-winning song From a Distance and the miracles a song can bring as told by the writer, Judy Gold. And so this is her story. And I just want to share it because when I was thinking about this and I looked up the lyrics of the songs, and I always like to get the background of the music when we do these powerful music series. And so what she says is in 1978, at the age of 22, she came to New York in pursuit of the dream of being a songwriter. And while dreams are essential, they don't pay the rent. And for years, I worked various temporary jobs, gigging at night and sending songs out wherever possible. I demonstrated vacuum cleaners, Mr. Coffees, and toaster ovens. I worked the flea markets as a proofreader for a dentist and at a Venetian blind factory. It was a struggle, no health benefits, no money for recreational purpose, desperation, self-doubt, fear. We all know what that's like. But all the while, I clung to the dream like a life preserver. I knew why I was born, and no one could discourage me from reaching my mountaintop. I was willing to die trying. Honest, I was. I finally gave in, taking a full-time job as a secretary at HBO in 1984. It was a smart move, and the magic of a steady paycheck. In the spare time and evening hours, I was, of course, still gigging, writing songs, and dreaming my big dream. Now, however, I didn't have that horrible daily struggle of keeping my head above water financially. In 1985, just before my 30th birthday, my parents sent me the piano I grew up playing. I had just served as a juror on an emotionally trying case, and my brother had just married, and I was questioning my life, wondering what the future could possibly hold. I took the day off work to be home when my piano arrived, and I remember how it glistened in the sun as the movers lowered it off the truck. My piano, my truest love and friend, my confidant, back together again after all these years. It came into my little one-room apartment and fit just where I had hoped it would. The movers told me it had been on the truck for 24 hours, so I had to give it a chance to settle. I couldn't play it for a full day. We were in the same room together, unable to make music. I remember hugging it and polishing it. Then I went to bed. My bed was a high loft, and I looked down on my piano all night to make sure it was really there. The next day, I sat down and from a distance just poured out of me. On one hand, it took me 2 hours to write. On the other hand, it took me 30 years. Pick whichever hand makes you happy. I love them both. I sent from a distance around to all my contacts, as usual. Most did not even reply. Those who did found fault with my song. My friend and fellow songwriter, Christine Levin, loved it and requested copies to send around to her friends and contacts. Within 2 weeks, my scratchy demo was getting radio play thanks to Christine. Then I came home one day to a flashing message on my answering machine. There was a gentle, unknown voice identifying herself as Nancy Griffith. Christine had sent her the song, she loved it, and was asking to record it. She recorded the song from a distance on her album for MCA. I saw her perform it live and observed her singing, her audience singing along. That's when I realized that my life would never be the same. She sang that song all over the world, and I was still very much a secretary. She would call me from Belfast and tell me how the song was affecting people all over the world. She took me out on the road with her several times, just so I could play the piano as she sang that one song. What incredible moments. Me getting love and honor from total strangers, all because of one little song. Me basking in the light of a lifelong dream. I played Carnegie Hall with Nancy. All my relatives came up from Philadelphia to share the miracle. Most of them, including my mother, are immigrants. And in many ways, I am their American dream. What an amazing dream it is. As I write this, I can't even believe it's true, but it really is. Even with all this glory, however, I was still a secretary. I lived in a one little dark room, still barely made enough money to survive. Believe it or not, I was depressed and despondent. I remember crying on the phone to both my parents, who incidentally were never anything short of supportive, encouraging, and lovingly, and with regard to my dream. I remember my desperation and how they tried to console me with their stereo pep talk. It didn't work. Finally asked what they could do to help me feel better. For the first time in my life, I asked them to please pay my rent for 6 months. They agreed. I left my job at HBO. I walked down 6th Avenue crying all the way. Those were the best 6 months of my life. Finally, a full-time musician. I made my hours, I wrote my songs, I called, I mailed, I pitched, I played, I prayed. I sent songs to every singer in the world. I walked tall. I felt good. I received my first royalty check from foreign performances from a distance, and that bought me another 6 months of freedom. During this time, I received a call from Mark Shaman, who identified himself as Beth Midler's music director. She was making a new record, and they wanted to use From a Distance. I sent the demo, Beth recorded it. People seemed to love it, and I won a Grammy for the Song of the Year in 1991. I was still living in a one dark room, no money, uncertain of my future, and yet my song was on the radio and I had won a Grammy. If that isn't a dream come true, what is? I am now 55. I live in a beautiful condo with air, light, and a view of my beloved New York, the city of dreams. I earned my living as a songwriter. I have hugged Burt Bacharach. I have dined with Lamont Dozier. I have met Paul McCarthy. I have heard from a distance in many languages. I have felt it in Braille. I have heard it on music boxes and in elevators. I read it on greeting cards and in children's books. And it has been played for astronauts in space. It is nothing short of a miracle. And I am never anything but amazed and grateful for that miracle happened to me. I love that story because each of us is a miracle. And when we follow our dreams, we allow ourselves to be, even in the darkness, even in the small one room with no money, we persist. We move through the fear and desperation. We move through it with a friend. We move through it with each other. Just as we are moving through this year of unknown, unsettling, separation, which is not really separation at all. We are one. We are one together. And there are so many possibilities for each of us when we take the time to call out and ask for that guidance to achieve our dreams, whatever they might be, because each of us are on this planet at this time for a reason. And it's not the same reason. None of us are all here together for one reason other than love. But each of us has a path and a place to move mankind forward, humankind forward. Raising our consciousness and the consciousness of all those around us to the truth of love, to the truth of life, the miracles of life. I mean, I'm honored to be sitting here looking out my window, talking to you guys, and seeing the beauty and colors. I would have never thought to do this a year ago. And yet, everything's changed. Nothing ever stays the same. And we know this to be true. So when we're in that place of darkness, open the shades and let the light in. Call out to a friend. Go within and to prayer and ask for that guidance to fulfill the dream, whatever your dream is. From a distance, all things are possible. When we go within, follow our guidance to our dreams, we are free to live the miracle of life. We are free to soar with the eagles. We are free to manifest and create our purpose. We do it as individuals and we do it collectively in consciousness. It changes the world. We transform ourselves. We transform the world through love. So, from a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagles take flight. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the voice of hope. It's the voice of peace. It's the voice of each of us calling out to that friend. I'm honored to call you my friend. I love each and every one of you. I can't wait till we're back together again and can hug and sing together and feel the joy. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.
And the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to flight. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace, it's the voice of everyone. From a distance, we all have enough, and no one is in need. And there are no guns, no bombs, and no disease, no hungry mouths to feed. From a distance, we are instruments marching in a common band, playing songs of hope, playing songs of peace. They are the songs of everyone. God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us from a distance. From a distance, you look like my friend, even though we are at war. From from a distance. I just cannot comprehend what all this fighting is for. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the hope of hopes, it's the love of loves, it's the heart of all of us. It's the hope of hopes, it's the love of loves. This is the song for everyone, everywhere. God is watching us, God is watching us, God is watching us from a distance. Yes, God is watching us, God is watching, God is watching us from a distance.
Thank you, Melba. That really touched me. That song came out when I was 8 years old, and I remember it very well. So thank you. If you are joining us online today, there are a lot of ways to continue to support Unity of Louisville, even though we are not physically gathering right now. So you can go to our website at unityoflouisville.org and find ways to give on there. There's a donate button. You can also text to give at 844-996-2710. So thank you for your continued support. And with that, we will say our prosperity proclamation together. And I'm going to, I get the prosperity proclamation and the affirmation confused. So we are going to do the proclamation, which is divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I have, and all that I receive. I apologize for getting those mixed up, but we're going to do them both either way. So if I got them backwards, next we will do our prosperity affirmation. We are stewards of divine abundance. We give and receive with gratitude. So thank you, everyone, for your continued support of Unity of Louisville as we go through these challenging and sometimes difficult times. So we've got a few announcements today. First off, I want to thank everyone who participated, came out, volunteered for our first annual Unity Trunk or Treat yesterday. It was a huge success. So a big thank you to my partner in organized chaos, Miss Chelsea. We had a great time last night. We had about 15 Unity kids, and then we also were able to serve up some fun to about 15 or 20 other children who came out to join us at Unity East. It was in the parking lot. We did caramel apples and s'mores, and it was just a really great time. So thank you all for everyone that made that happen. The Nonviolent Communication Study Group meeting on Tuesday, 6:30 to 7:30. That's this Tuesday, November 3rd. The group will meet on the first and the third Tuesdays of each month. And a reminder about the outdoor service at Unity East. It is outside. You can bring a chair, wear your masks. That is at 4:30 today. But starting next week, we will be there at 3:30. We'll move it up a little bit earlier in the day. And we are going to continue that as long as Mother Nature allows us. So please join us at Unity East at 4:30 this afternoon. I believe that is all for announcements. So now for our prayer for protection, followed by our peace song. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, wherever we are, God is. I am divine. And so it is.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun.